Hello, welcome back to Helping Hand from OKC. Today here I'm going to show you how easy it is to replace your toilet. Replacing this toilet due to the lid was broken, and you by the time you find the lid for this, you can replace the whole toilet for the price of finding the lid. You could replace this whole tank part, but homeowner wanted to go ahead and change it and go with a higher toilet. The first thing you want to do is to locate your water source. And the water source on here is on the side. You want to turn off your water. Sometimes that valve is tight. You want to be careful when turning this valve to turn the water off that you doesn't break it. Once you get the water off, we're going to go ahead and flush it. Got to make sure that your water is turned off. It shouldn't fill back up. There you go. You don't hear the pump pumping. You're going to go ahead and pull your lid off. Now, some people do this. You can get a shot vac. You can get your shot vac and suck out all the water out of the inside, or some people just remove it. So I usually take a shot vac and suck out the water. Get your water removed out of the tank. You want to go ahead and loosen your lines. And you might want to put a cup or something down below so it can catch any little water that may come out. Or put your towel down to catch the excess water. And what we're unhooking now, we're going to unhook our supply line. It's right here on the side. Got your supply line loose. Now we're going to go ahead and loosen it up on the bottom of your toilet on both sides. There actually are two screws that hold the toilet down. See these bolts here on the side? There's one here, and there's one on the side. Usually you take either a wrench or a channel locks. A wrench or a channel lock would work. And we're going to loosen up those two bolts on each side. Sometimes you may have to cut them out. Sometimes they break off as you loosen. And sometimes you get lucky and they'll just come right off. Those are the nuts and washer that I'm actually had took off. That's on the one side, and then on the left side you do the same. That's the other nut and bolt. Got those off. Now your toilet is ready to be lifted off. And what I usually do, I take a trash bag and lay a trash bag down. And so when I lift it off, I just sit it right on top of the trash bag. Then I'll just pull it out. Those are the lines supply line I was telling you about that I took loose. Right there. And those are the two bolts on the side. You're good. That one's the other one right there. And now it's ready to be taken up. And now we got the bolts loose. We got the water line disconnected. We got the water turned off. We made sure the water was turned off by flushing it. Now we're going to lift it off. And you want to make sure you have some plastic gloves or rubber gloves or some type of protect your hand. You just lift it off like that. Now that we got that toilet removed and out the way, we're gonna go ahead and clean up our surface where our seal go. We're gonna remove the old seal, wax ring. And you might want to take some tissue, put some tissue down in the drain, because a lot of time that gas will come back up. And just to keep from dropping stuff down in there too. We'll just put that there for now. Should I give me a bag or something to put the old wax ring in? I'm going to scrape off the old wax ring, the seal and everything. Old wax. Scrape that off. Clean it off really good. Kit, your new toilet, you should come with a new O-ring, seal, wax ring, and you should have new bolts as well. There are the bolts, and there's the wax ring. So after you get this cleaned up here, you're going to get rid of the old bolts. You're going to take those out. You're going to clean up your That's what your old bolts look like. These wasn't broken or anything, but since you're replacing the toilet, it's the time to put new ones, because a lot of times they'll break on you. They're rusted into. There's another one. Make sure everything your surface is cleaned up really good. And then we're going to take your new kit, your new bolt kit. I don't know if you can see it's got a hook on the bottom. It hooks on the bottom of the flange. Just remember how you pulled it off. There we go. It comes with a couple of washers. Comes with a couple of washers and a couple of flat pieces. There we go. You take your boat. Take your boat up. I usually screw and take those off. And slide those under the flange and turn them like that one, so. And this one as well. You want to turn them to where they go flat, so they going straight across. And you also got these little plastic clips. You want to put those on it. It kind of holds the boat up. And some people actually take bolts and put bolts on the end of this to keep this straight up. They tighten it up, but it's not required. If you have these tangs, they work good too. Got your bolts there, and then next you're gonna go ahead and get your wax ring. wax ring. We want to remove this tissue that we had in there. And we're going to sit the wax ring down like that. That's how it fits, like that. You see it? Okay. Now we're going to install our base of our toilet. In a box, it comes in 2 pieces. This particular toilet is a high riser. It's about 17 inches from the floor to the bowl. It's a more efficiency type toilet, save you money on water. It costs approximately $100. This one's purchased at Sam's. You can go from anywhere from $150 to $300 to $400 for a toilet, but they're all going to do the same thing, is to flush. So now that you have your toilet straddled like this, I want you to grab it like this with both sides, like this. You want to watch the holes. See, and what you want to do, you want to put it right in the hole. That side. That side. Now I usually try to line it back up on the same pattern that the other one was. Kind of straighten it out to where it's kind of straight. And then locate your screws on both sides. Make sure you're good. That one's good. And then we're gonna go ahead and snug it down. You're gonna take your flat washers and your bolts. Put those on top. Each side, one on each side. And then we're gonna start tightening it up. I always start it with my hand, and these are easy to break, so you want to make sure you don't put an impact or anything on it. You want to just snug it with your hand starting. And before I do that, I usually come up here. You want to give it a push down. Make sure it sits like so. And what that does, that squishes that seal. We'll make sure it's good and flat and straight like you want it. Then go ahead and tighten it up a little bit more with his hand. Take your wrench. I do a couple of turns on that side, then do a couple of turns on this side. Go back and forth. That's right, make sure you're good. You don't have to hammer down on it really good. You just want to you want it good and snug to where it doesn't move. There we go. And as soon as it starts to get tight, I want you to stop. I don't want you to go no further. You want to just go into it, bottoms out. And then you have no movement. Okay, now we're going to install our tank. This is our tank here. It's pretty simple. On the back side of this one, you already have everything's already assembled. You got nuts that attach it. We're going to remove those nuts. And while you're installing this, you want to make sure that you don't over tighten anything. You want to make sure that there's nothing, no cracks or chips on it. Just kind of this general look over it. Make sure this is good and tight. These are tight. And then what you want to do, you want to take your flange. This is your rubber boot flange, and it goes over here on this. Put that on top, like so. You got these washers here. These washers go on the bottom up here. So once you put the tank on, you're going to put these like this and tighten it up. So you get your tank. Put those both in the holes right there. And they got holes there, as you can see. They come right down. And then you want to go ahead and tighten up. Or you take it like this. Put the flat washer on your plastic deal and put it on. Same on the other side. Now you just go back and forth on these. They don't have to be really super tight. They're just snug. Go back and forth. They tighten, bottom tighten out. You tighten with your hand. That's pretty tight. That's that. So it doesn't wiggle. That's ought to be tight enough. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our lid on. We're going to go ahead and fill it up. We're going to re-hook up our water line. They did give us a new water line. Perfect time to go ahead and replace your water line, supply water line. A lot of times these will break and they'll never let you know that it's going to break, and then you got water all over your house. So we're going to go ahead and replace this line while we're here. A lot of times your angle stop here will leak. If it's leaking, go ahead and replace it. But we're just replacing the line because the angle stop looks pretty good. On line. This is what your new line looks like. Make sure you put it on accordingly. And you really don't have to put any dope or anything on this seal because inside it has a O-ring seal. So we just tighten it up. I always tighten things with my hands first. You don't want to cross thread it because once you cross thread it, you have to change either your hose or your supply line, your angle stop. So I always try that with your hands first. Then take your pliers or your crescent wrench and go ahead and snug it on down. And you don't have to tighten it up super tight. You want to just snug it. Now I'm going to go ahead and hook up our line to our toilet here. You can see that. This is our line, supply line here. We're gonna get to the bottom of our toilet. That's what is gonna go into your flush valve. Actually, your flush valve that flushes it. You want to hand tighten it. You don't have to tighten it up with no, most of the time they got O-rings in them. You don't want to over tighten it. Okay, now that we got that tight, I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on. Put the lid on, let's go ahead and turn the water on. Let's do that first. Turn it on. Let it fill up. Okay, this particular toilet has a flusher that's actually in the lid. You push this button and I guess it flushes. And you want to go ahead and install this on. There. Now we're going to flush it. And then while we're flushing, we want to be looking for any leaks of water. Just walk around it. You want to look under here. You don't see no leaks. Look on the side. You don't see any leaks. We'll flush it again. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and install our toilet seat. This particular toilet seat comes with all kinds of bells and whistles. So we have the rubber flanges. We got the bolts and everything. Let's see what we do here. Oh, it's one of these automatic toilets that just kind of go really easy. Put these on the back side of here. It should snap in like so. Should anyway. There you go. Then they snap inside of the lid. Put this one on as well. So yeah, you got it like that. And then we're going to sit it down on there. Like so. We're going to take our screws. These inserts here. These inserts. They go inside. And you take your screws like that. So these inserts, they go inside like this. You put the screw down like that. And then at the bottom, you're going to go ahead and put your nuts on. You want to take now that you got your lid on, you want to go ahead and snug it up. Just take a regular screwdriver. You want to just turn it just a little bit. Hold the back up. They don't have to be super tight. You just snug them. Because if you tighten them up too tight, they'll break. Just before you hear it go. That's that. And we got these caps. I'm going to put these caps over the lid. And they got a little way to where it goes. And I'm going to go on one way. Okay, that's that. Now we're going to put on our safety lids. These right here. Where did it go? These right here. These are the caps that you're going to put on your screws on the side. It's very important to put these caps on. A lot of times these screws are rusted. And you don't want to step on it while it's rusted. You can lose a leg or a foot. You don't want you to get infected. So it's always important to put these lids on. And if they don't fit, just take some DAP, put some DAP in the lid or some silicone in the lid and then put it on there. Or whether you have it on there versus not having it on and you step on it and cause you to lose a foot. So if you can't get it to go on with the assembly, just take some DAP and put it in the lid and fill the lid up and then turn it upside down and it'll stay in position. It'll hold. Take your lid. Check everything over one more time. Flush the toilet. Everything looks good. No leaks. That's good. Get up here and sit on it. Make sure it sits good. You've saved yourself approximately $300 to $600 by installing this toilet yourself. Just the basic tools, a little know-how in any video from HelpingHandOKC. Check it out. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Thank you, and I'm out.